Hey fam, I got a few minutes. I wanted to show something. Yesterday I duetted a video of a gentleman that was talking about the destruction of our temperate climate zone, or excuse me, our temperate rainforest. He called it the forest, but it's actually a rainforest, our temperate rainforest here in North America. And I posted a book that I got from my little one at least 3 years ago, about 2 or 3 years ago. It's called Nerdy Baby Rainforest. But I wanted to take time to introduce the Nerdy Baby series. I don't think it gets enough props or shout outs. I've been buying these books since 2019. You can tell with the usage of them, we actually use them. I've had to rebuy Nerdy Baby Ocean. Nerdy Baby Ocean was destroyed. So my little one loves these little books. But I want to take time to go over them because I think it's an important way to talk about various factors of our society that little ones need to be introduced to. And you can introduce them at a very early age. So the first one is Nerdy Baby Weather. And it literally goes over the weather and all the wonders that they're going to run into. Just the basics of it. How we measure weather, how we track weather, things of that nature. And I think my favorite part, other than the diversity, I love the diversity of these books. They would not have made it on my shelf without it. Well, to say my favorite part is actually the end of every book. First you start off as a nerdy baby, then you're a nerdy kid, and then you become, in this case, a nerdy meteorologist. And this line right here, stay curious. There's more to learn about everything. I've been using them since she was an infant. Again, I showed you Nerdy Baby Space. Nerdy Baby Space was the first book she came out with. But again, when she came out with Nerdy Baby Rainforest, blew my mind because it teaches little ones all about the rainforest. And not just one rainforest, and not just two rainforests, but all of the rainforest. Something key to me is I heard another young lady on a different TikTok video that I duetted was the fact that we call the Amazon our lungs, but really we have multiple lungs. And that I love how the news reports things because it allows the corporations to destroy our lungs where they used to be. Like you think about where the Gobi Desert is, or you think about the rainforest in Africa, how big it used to be, or you think about the fact that North America was nothing but a big food forest. And by not knowing this and by us not having these conversations, industry just takes and destroys what they want to. But when I saw that video yesterday, I'm like, these are conversations we need to be having. So as we're discussing things as far as the various genocides that are happening globally, we've got to say, why are they having these genocides? What is it that colonization, colonizers, and capitalism want? What are they taking or extracting from us? And so I thought I wanted to take time just to introduce these books. Nerdy Baby Space is probably my little person's favorite. And again, we've been reading this particular book since she was an infant. She is 5 now, so this book is 5 years old. But it really just goes through the basics of space, introduces them to the planets, how the planets, little facts. I like the little facts, like the fact Mercury is the smallest, or Venus spins backwards. Something else key about Venus is that it's the hottest planet. And so just introducing those little facts to our little people about the world and the galaxy that we live in. And again, Nerdy Baby, then you become an astronaut. Favorite line, stay curious. And I think it's an important way to let little ones know that they don't live on this planet by themselves, and that everything that we do on this planet is very interconnected. Not only are the people interconnected, but we have a symbiotic relationship really with this planet. And I don't think we discuss that enough as adults. Let's only introduce it to children about the symbiotic relationship. I'm not going to go through all of the books, but I will just show you the titles. Here's Nerdy Baby Rocks. It's probably the most extensive of the baby books. Very hard to explain. Very, very, very hard to explain. And I've had to figure out how to dumb down some of the language in this one, but I'll be using this book past the time that she's like 7 or 8. Really breaking down things. Nerdy Baby Insects, importance of bugs, especially for people like me who cannot stand a bug. Nerdy Baby Transportation, just basics of understanding transportation. And this one gets a little deep. Oh, I didn't realize I have transportation twice. Okay, somebody's about to get nerdy baby transportation. But the importance of dinosaurs and where they are in relationship to us. Volcanoes. All of this lovely stuff. Something else that she does in these books as well, and she does it very subtly, but I think she does it in a very good way, is she brings out the relationship of cycles and the importance of cycles, little ones. And what I did, and you can laugh, so I'm doing some Waldorf methodology in the midst of some Montessori methodology, in the midst of some traditional educational methodology. I have a very eclectic homeschool style. And so when I saw the books, I realized I could match the books with various areas little people need to be learning. I.e., here's weather and how to go through weather with little people. This is a Waldorf methodology for doing days of the weeks. Waldorf doesn't really care about them learning names per se. I do, so she learns the names right along with the colors. They really care about them learning that the world is going in a cycle and everything is cyclical. And so I've added this as a part of the Nerdy Baby collection. And so when we talk about weather, she's got a couple of weather books, actually a few weather books sitting here. So she knows that weather is interconnected with how our planet functions. We go through the days of the weeks. We go through the seasons of the year, and I'm putting spring back. Woohoo! I'm putting spring back. So we go through the various seasons of the year, as well as going through the months of the year. I'll put that there so you can see it holistically. One of the things I personally added, because I saw another parent do it, is going through the moon phases, because we don't talk about the interconnectedness of our moon to us as people, weather patterns, the patterns of migration with animals, how the moon dictates how agriculture, things of that nature. And what I was thinking of at the same time as I was saying how the moon dictates agriculture, something that the Native Americans did that are amazing, is that they named the moon phases, or the various new moons specifically, full moon specifically, based off of what was going to be happening in that season. So you have, I think we should have just finished a worm moon, or we should be approaching a worm moon, things of that nature. The pink moon, all of that we think that Americans created, the Native Americans actually created that, and then we just renamed it. And of course, because we have Nerdy Baby Space, we go through space. And we're big on space in this house, so we got a lot of space books. So we're learning about the planets in a Waldorf manner, where we're just seeing and touching items, not just reading it in a book. As she gets older, we're going to evolve the tactile toys. But for now, this is where we're starting. We also have the little symbols for the moon phases. Of course, we got an astronaut up here. Girl power, astronauts. And I got the cards so she could see the words as we're looking at the moons. Because again, I'm not completely Waldorf. I think it's important for little ones to see the words so they get used to seeing the symbols that we use to describe and name things. And then with Nerdy Baby Rocks, I went ahead and got a rock collection set up for her. So she can just start playing with rocks. You have the bugs, i.e. Nerdy Baby insects. And just a start. One of the things we also did, again, Nerdy Baby dinosaurs. We have dinosaurs. And somewhere in here, let me see if I can find an ocean animal. Okay, there's not an ocean animal on top. Lots of dinosaurs on top. You can see what's been played with. Got a lot of dinosaurs here. So we have sharks and things like that. Just really, as I looked at the Nerdy Baby series, I'm like, if we're learning about all these things, there needs to be a tactile toy to go along with them. Same with Nerdy Baby transportation. We have various forms of transportation down here. I do need to get a rocket ship. So she does not have a rocket ship yet. I realized with rainforest, I'm actually gonna have to set up like an actual rainforest. I have not gotten off my hind parts and built that, because I am gonna build out a little structure so when we're going through the book, she can understand this. We got the opportunity to go to Costa Rica, and so she got to see part of a rainforest while we're in Costa Rica. But I really want to hone this into her so she understands that we are symbiotic. So as we're learning all the reading and the writing and our ABCs, there's a base understanding